Hi everyone, this is Coach Megan, and we are going to learn how to do a 6-2 rotation. So I have told most of you that a 6-2 rotation means that there are 6 people on the court, obviously, and 2 of those 6 are setters. That's why it's called a 6-2 rotation. As you can see, my 2 setters are color coordinated. They're both green, and they're opposites. My middles are also color coordinated. They are opposites. And we also have Kelsey and Carly too. Carly will go in for Audrey when she comes to front row. Kelsey will go in for Isabel when she comes to back row. That's why they are all color coordinated. Same with Mia and Delilah. Instead of having Michaela, our libero, switch with the middles, we are having Michaela switch with the outsides now, which are Mia and Delilah. And Bryn also too. So as you can see, they're all color coordinated, like I said. And the reason why it's called a 6-2 is because our setters play defense first, and then when the ball comes over the net, if it does not come to them, they release up here and get ready to set. That way, instead of having only an outside and a middle hitter, we also have a right side hitter now because of our setter is in right back, not front row, right side. Okay, so here we go. I have clarification of where the net is, the 10-foot line, and the end line. So this is a service line, also known. This is going to be our ball. And here are my subs, and here's people who are in right now. So we are in a regular serve rotation right now. So this is our first serve rotation. So Aubrey will be serving first. So she's back here ready to serve. The down ref is going to check our lineup to make sure everything is good. And then we can get started. So when the line ref tells Michaela to go in, she's going to go in for Delilah behind the 10-foot line because she's the libero. So for our defense, we are going to be running a V defense, which I've already told most of you also, okay? And my 3 front row hitters are going to be at the net ready to block. Only when we're in serve receive, though. So Audrey's going to come up here. Michaela's going to come down here because they have to switch because Michaela is always in middle back. The libero is always going to be in middle back. And then because we want Isabel in the middle, she's already there. Mia to come outside and Blake to come right side. So they're getting ready to switch also. Aubrey's going to serve the ball over the net. Serves it over. She runs in. Audrey and Michaela switch. And Mia and Blake switch. Now we are in base, okay? That means that you are in your home. So Blake and Aubrey will always be playing right side, right front, or right back. Michaela will always be in the middle back, except unless Mia, Bryn, or Delilah are serving for her. Then they will come in and play middle back for that one half of a rotation. And Audrey and Kelsey will always be in left back. And Carly and Isabel will always be in the middle. Those are your positions, your home. So we are in base right now, like I said. Okay, let's say that we lose the ball now. Now, we have to go back to our original spots in the rotation because the bad team has the ball now. Now, remember, we do not want our setter in back row. We do not want her to take that first ball. So she's going to push up the person who is in right front, which is Mia right now. We have to fill this spot, so Audrey and Michaela have to shift over, and Blake has to pull back. Isabel drops off for any short serves. Now, when we are in serve receive, we are 3 flat in the back. And we're not, if you notice, we're not in our base right now. We only go into base when the ball goes back over the net after we play it back over. So let's say that the bad team serves it over the net. We play it out over here, and it goes back over. We have to get into base now. Remember, Aubrey is in back row, so she's going to come back here. Michaela's going to pull back to create that V. Audrey's going to run over here. Blake has to run all the way over here, and Mia has to come over here. And we're back in base. Now, that's one whole rotation that we just went through. We went through the serve, and we went through the serve-receive. Now we're going to go through the second one. So we get the ball back. Now remember, we have to go back to our original spots in the rotation. Always look at your opposite. Mia and Michaela are opposites, Blake and Aubrey are opposites, Isabel and Audrey are opposites. Now we're going to rotate. Okay, Michaela can never be in the front row because she is libero. She's the one wearing a different colored shirt. She's going to run out behind the 10-foot line because she's a libero, and Delilah's going to come in. Now Delilah is in her spot. She does not have to switch with anyone. Blake and Isabel are not in their spots. So they're going to get ready to switch. Audrey's already in her spot, so she can go right up to her base, which is her home. Aubrey, because Mia is serving, Aubrey can go right into her base as well. Now, Mia is going to go in middle back for one half of a rotation because Michaela is out and Mia is serving for her. So Mia serves the ball over. The bad team's playing it out. Mia runs into middle back, and Isabel and Blake switch. And then let's say we play the ball out and we lose the ball. Now we have to go back to our original spots in the rotation. Mia just served. Aubrey's over here. Audrey's here. Isabel and Blake are here. Because we lost the serve, Michaela will now come back in for Mia behind the 10-foot line. And now we are in our serve-receive rotation. Remember, we never want our setter taking that first ball in the back row. So what are we going to do? Now Aubrey's going to push up the middle person, which is Blake right now. Audrey's going to move over. Delilah's going to pull back and pass. Isabella is right here getting anything short because we had to fill that spot where Aubrey was. Now the bad team serves the ball over the net. We play it out. Goes back over. Now we have to go back to our home, our base. Delilah moves back up to outside. Audrey moves over. Michaela moves over. Aubrey pulls back. Isabel and Blake switch. Now we're back in our home, in our base, when the ball went back over the net. Let's say we win back the ball. We have to go back into our where we were in the rotation. So Aubrey was in the middle, as well as Blake was in the middle. Isabel was here, and Michaela was here. Now we have to rotate. See how everybody is still opposite of each other. Always remember your opposite. Now Blake is already in her spot in the right front. She does not have to do anything this rotation. Isabel is going to serve for Kelsey. And Audrey is going to come out for Carly in front of the 10-foot line because she is not a libero. So they sub. Carly runs over here. And Audrey's out. Okay, Michaela is already in her spot, so she can just pull back. And Aubrey's going to come close to Michaela because she needs to get over here. Carly's playing middle and Delilah's playing outside, so that means they also need to switch. Okay. Now, because Isabel is playing middle, that means she's playing left back. Just like how Mia was playing outside and she had to come middle back for Michaela. Isabel serves the ball over. She runs in, Aubrey switches, and Delilah and Carly switch. We are back in our base now. Let's say we lose the ball, so now the bad team has the ball. We have to go back to our original spots in the rotation. So Aubrey's all the way over here. Isabel just got done serving. And she's going to come out now for Kelsey. Kelsey's going to play her back row. They have to sub above the 10-foot line. Kelsey subs in. Isabel comes out. And remember, who's the opposites? So that means Carly and Delilah are over here like this. Now we don't want Aubrey in the back row, remember, because she's our setter and she should not be taking that first ball. So she's going to push Carly up. And we have to fill this spot, remember. So Michaela is going to slide over. Kelsey's going to slide over. And Blake's going to pull back. And Delilah's going to get anything short around here. And then the ball comes over, we play it out, goes back over, and now Aubrey has to go back to her spot. Blake has to run up here. Delilah and Carly have to switch. And Kelsey and Michaela have to switch. There's a lot of switching going on, but if you remember where your home base is, you will easily be able to get to your spot. And you can also help others and remind them, too, if they're not in the right spot. Okay, now we get the ball back. So we have to go back to our original spot in the rotation. And we rotate. Okay. Now we have a new setter. Blake is our setter now because she is in back row. So that means that Delilah and Aubrey have to switch because Aubrey wants to get the right side. Delilah wants to get the outside because that's their home. Michaela can come deep and Kelsey can push up because Kelsey's home is over here. Michaela's home is over here. Okay, Blake serves it over the net. She runs in. Kelsey and Michaela switch, and so do Delilah and Aubrey. And look, again, we are in our home base now. Okay? We lose the ball. The bad team has the ball. They're serving. So that means that we have to go back to our original spot. And now we are in serve. We have to go into serve receive. So remember, we do not want Blake getting that first ball because she's setting now. So she's going to push up Delilah. Kelsey's going to pull over. So is Michaela. And Aubrey's going to pull back. And Carly's going to get anything short on the 10-foot line. The ball comes over. We play it out. Goes back over the net. And now we got to go to our home base. So Michaela's already there, but she has to go a little deeper. Kelsey's got to run over. Aubrey's got to run all the way up to front row. Blake pulls back. And Delilah runs over to her side. Now we're in base again. Okay, now we got to go back to our original spots in the rotation because we got the ball back.